What is going on, guys? Welcome to another Shot in the Dark reaction with me, Dan. If you're joining us for the first time, my name's Dan. I am a singer-songwriter from the UK, and I love breaking down music to its very minuscule cores. We've been checking loads of Ghost out, basically. If you're joining us for the first time, oh my goodness, there's a lot of Ghost on this channel. And if you're into Ghost, you're in the right place. We've got a lot. I've fell in love with Ghost over the last few weeks, and up to a point where we even went to our first ritual, myself and my wife, and we've just been having the best time with this amazing community. Speaking of community, look at all those names on my Patreon. Oh my god, listen, if you are on that list, wow, thank you so much for all the support so far. I am literally blown away. I literally cannot come up with any other words to describe how I feel about these sorts of wonderful, beautiful people that are just so supportive and just really just keep me energized, man. And they keep me fueled up and ready to go again. And I love that, man. Thank you so much. If you haven't, go into the description right now. That's where you'll find my Patreon. At the moment, there's loads and loads of stuff over there. Singing lessons, reactions before they've even come on YouTube. So first views of videos before they've even gone out on YouTube. So a lot of exclusive content over there. So yeah, go over there, see if it's something you like, and if you want to support me, feel free to do so. If you don't, I still love you. Get down in the comments in YouTube as well. I speak to every single one of you. You should know this by now. And even if you are in the premiere right now as well, you absolute legends, say hi. And I hope you enjoy the rest of this video. Today we're going to be checking out Missilia, Amori. I will be an absolute genius at Latin at this rate. The amount of Latin words that I've had to look up is just ridiculous. But yeah, essentially, love rockets, rocket love, something like that. I don't know. Love rockets would be quite fun. A very different song. If you haven't already as well, do me a big favour before we carry on. Like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, hit that notification bell so you don't miss future videos, and keep that algorithm machine a-going. Let's get into it, guys. Alright, I've got the lyrics in front of me as always. I've got my notes in front of me. We are raring to go. Missilia, Amori. Let's go. I've loved this album so far. Woo! I feel like I'm being sucked by that drum in the best way. Alright, we're going into the chorus there. Wow, okay. Some really interesting things happening here. This beat is dragging. It's really dragging along the floor. You know, I feel like I'm pulling it along, and it's, you know, it is following, but it's taking its sweet time to get towards me. Now, dragging in songs is really, really good. Like, in a song, for a songwriting perspective, you don't have to always be on beat all the time. You can go half time, you can go, you know, absolutely balls to the wall and go really, really quick from the get-go. This is really like a dragging beat, but it's a really interesting thing on this snare. It's like it hits the snare, and it's like there's like a suction. Boom, boom, boom. And it's really quite interesting. And I'm sort of being thrown back and forth. And it's really cool. I'm getting like swept away by the song already. I haven't picked up the notes just yet. We'll do that in a second. I normally pick it up straight away. I'm not really quite sure. We need to listen to it again. The drums was kind of throwing me off. So you want out now, don't you, love? Was I not all you were dreaming of? So just talking about, so you want out now. After all this time, you're done. Yeah. Was I not all you were dreaming of? Wasn't I everything that you assumed that you wanted in life? It's like questioning, isn't it? It's kind of gaslighty a little bit. Like, you know, like kind of messing with someone's choices and stuff. But at the same time, you know, we've all been there where we've really questioned a decision that someone's made and, you know, kind of been annoyed by it and maybe said things that we didn't mean or whatever. And I think that's kind of where we're coming from here. Let's try that again. Suck. Okay. D minor. C major there. Was I not all you were dreaming of? I like his cadence on some of the notes. They sort of lift all of a sudden. So you want out, so you want out. Sort of spikes on certain syllables to make it more interesting. Not so monotone. Really cool. And then we're in D minor. I don't know what's happening before the C. I want to say it's a B flat, but I'm not going to sell my soul for that one. But I do feel like it's a sort of dip, and then it goes up for a C major. I'm not sure what's happening. I think it's a B flat. But we're going to a chorus. Let's go. Love Rockets. It is Love Rockets. Love Rockets. Excite me with your demise. Oh, that's fun. That's fun. It reminds me of like my missus is my missus. You probably won't know what missus is. That's an English term. My wife, she's into Steel Panther. And I know they sort of ridicule the hair metal scene sort of thing. They're awesome though. They are really good. Not my cup of tea. I've got to be honest. I'm not gonna, you know, lie to you guys. Not my cup of tea, really. But musically, I genuinely think, wow, okay, they're really good. Vocally, they're very good. But lyrically, they're really clever with like how they talk about, you know, certain things like the human anatomy and, you know, doing things with said human anatomy. I don't know whether this is a sexual reference. Love Rockets shot right in between your eyes. That to me feels like a sexual reference. I don't know whether this is kind of like one of those sort of tongue-in-cheek fun songs, because Ghost are very capable of doing tongue-in-cheek fun songs. And we haven't had very many of those yet. We're very, you know, I fucking cried at the last one. So I don't know whether it's that or something that's kind of interesting is he said at the end, excite me with your demise. What does demise mean? Demise means, you know, almost like the ending, right? So excite me with the ending. So at the ending of this relationship, excite me. It is very gaslighty. I take that sort of vibe from this. Love Rockets, sort of like, you know, sort of hurting someone with so much love and attention. That's what I'm getting with this. You know, like really throwing love at them. And they don't want it, but they're going to get it. And, you know, when it's all over and it's almost like they're relishing in the fact that, you know, there's excitement there. Maybe the relationship didn't have many twists and turns and it was very generic and boring. And now this person, you know, Love Rockets. You know, you're going to excite me with your demise now. Like, now it's over. Now you're going to excite me with your demise. Like, now it's over. That's when you're going to excite me, not before. Really intriguing. Let's carry on. I believe, you know what, let's listen to that chorus one more time. Yeah, I feel like that chorus has still got a lot of growth to go. There's a lot of spaces in between. I like the dun 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 dun. It's quite catchy. Maybe that's a riff that they develop on. That's normally what ghosts tend to do. But yeah, it's still playing with the same chords. D minor, C major is definitely there again. I think we end on B flat. So I think my assumption of B flat being in the verse before, I think that's true. But there's a chord that interested me on Excite Me With Your Demise. I think, I'm not really sure. It was a more sadder sort of vibe. Let's hear it again after. Let's go into the second verse. Alright. We've picked up now on the percussion. We haven't got that suckiness anymore. We're not dragging anymore. We're very much free in the mix. So much space for the instruments to breathe. This is what I'm saying. Love turning to hate, right? This is what I'm saying. I don't think it's a sexual reference, guys. Love rockets. I think it means like overwhelming someone with love to a point that it's turned to hate. You've loved this person so much that now you just hate them because they're not taking it on anymore. It's very like I said, it's very gaslighty, you know, like almost like a love bomb has gone off almost, you know. You love bombing someone. Yeah, before my love has turned to hate, before my love, it is too late. You know, saying that like it's too late now. Like I've given you everything. Even if you were to come back now at this point, I'm done with you, sort of thing, you know? I'm done. Like, my background is done with me, because it keeps freezing all the time. But you know what? I saw a comment the other day saying that they actually like the idea that the background just stays static. So if you like the background staying static, let me know in the comments. Do you prefer that? Is there too much distraction with all the fancy lights and stuff? I don't know. I'm still very new to this. I'm not sure. Anyway, we are going to go now into the chorus. There's not really much to talk about in the verse, other than the fact, actually, that dragging of the drums has gone. Now, it's quite interesting how at the start, our protagonist is like, so now you want love from me. You know, he's kind of, you know, he's still very resistant. Then the drums become more free in the second verse. And then all of a sudden, now love's turned to hate. And it's almost like the protagonist is actually done with this person. Interesting. I think we're going to another chorus. Ooh, what was that? Reminds me of Kiss. It's got Kiss vibes. Ooh, I like that. Yes. Nice. This is catchy. Woo! Alright, we're going into the bridge now, but honestly, like, I think Tobias is exploring his voice a lot more with this album. We're going into territories where he's not just ending on sort of maybe an extended note. He's not just doing the very simple, generic, basic things that we do in songwriting. He's exploring it a little bit more than that now, and it's really intriguing to me as a singer and a songwriter, because these are the things that I learnt late on, like to end your sentences with more, you know, effort and deliver, and those deliveries be a little bit more full of the emotion that you're trying to convey, you know, instead of just oh, well, this song's about this, but you know what? It is what it is. This is how it's going to go. I'm going to be very notable about it, and I'm not going to be, too fussed about delivering an emotion as much as I am delivering a correct note. I'm focused more on the way I'm singing in terms of, perfecting my notes than I am actually delivering the message of the song with, some creativity and some flair, and that's what's happening in this second chorus. There's a lot of creativity happening here, and we're going to talk about it right from the off. There's a really cool ad lib that I like. This is going to grow on me, I think, this song. I love that. I've got a in this ear, and then I've got a in this ear, really toying and playing with the character in the song. There's a lot of, like he said earlier, excite me with your demise. He's relishing almost this hatred and love combination, It's not just as generic as we hate one another, we love one another. It's the combination of the two, and it's this really quite off-putting cocktail in the song, and it kind of leads you a little bit, I'm not quite sure how to feel about this one. Am I loving it? Am I dancing around? Or am I feeling a little bit, this is a bit of a toxic sort of vibe? But I like it. It's cool. Yeah. Yeah, some nice harmonies going on. I like that. Like, the word demise. Think about the word demise. I said this earlier. It means the end, right? It's a very negative word. So he's using a negative tail. And what I mean by a tail, this is a songwriter term, for an end of a sentence that starts a new one underneath, but you're tailing into it. You're not just ending and then bam, there's your next one. There's not a full stop there. You're tailing into it. And the way he tails on this word is very interesting. The word demise, negative. We tail into that B flat that I said was hiding around. Demise. He makes that initial G-ish vibe. I don't know what that note is. I really don't. I'm toying with a G minor there. I don't know. I might need to get the guitar out for this one. G minor, I'm going to go for. We toy with it. We're in C territory at the start of that sentence, definitely. But we end that demise note with the lower tail. A more sad end to that tail, and that is really, really clever songwriting. Looking at words and thinking, how do I deliver that word? I can't deliver demise like demise, because it's happy. You're in a major there. Demise. There's a lot more sadness, a lot more character, and yeah, it's cool. I really like that. Alright, so we've got more words here. My missiles are aimed to launch at your heart. Give in or the war is on. Give in or the war is on. Love rockets. Shot right in between your eyes. When you shoot someone in between the eyes, it's a kill shot. It's a kill shot. You're dead. It's right in between your eyes. That's where your brain is completely stored. You're fucked there. Like, above that, you might be okay, but right there, actual kill shot. That's what they call it, right? So love rockets. So me absolutely throwing my love at you, not in an area in which you can survive from it. You're getting it right in between your eyes. So you dead from my love, basically. Really, really toxic, but really clever on how he's delivering that. Where was it? My missiles are aimed to launch at your heart. So all of this time, you know, I'm aiming. I'm ready to attack at your heart. You know, I'm hitting you here. That's a kill shot, right? But that's another kill shot. That's the main kill shots, isn't it? The heart, can't live without that. And the brain, you can't live without that. He's hitting the vital organs. You know, that's how hard he's hurting this person with love. I don't know if you've ever been in a relationship like this. I have been in a relationship like this, where you're literally swamped with love. And it's because they're making you stick around. It's gaslighting is what it is. Really interesting how, at first I thought this was a bit of a comedic piece. But actually, when you dig into it, and this is what I love about Ghost songs, and I think a lot of people don't do this. I watch a lot of people reacting to Ghost at the moment, because I want to kind of get onto the same, vibe that everyone seems to enjoy. Just like borrowing little things here and there. But I watch them, and I mean, this is a 4-minute song. I'm already 21 minutes in. But I like to explore the song, because that's what it's about. If you just wanted to see my reactions going, like I'd be a mime. I'd be a silent comic. So I don't understand that personally. That's why my videos are so long. That's why I stop all the time. That's why I like to talk and dissect. That's how I like listening to music, because I'm a songwriter first and foremost. I listen to songs and I collectively get things from them. And I see where the songwriter was coming from when they were trying to deliver the message. And they delivered the message in this. At first glance, I guarantee you a load of people are going to think it's some weird song about love rockets, which is a fucking term for a penis, right? But it's not. It's love. It's toxic love is what it is. And throwing so much love at someone that actually it becomes hate to that person. It's cool. Woo! Giving all the war is on. Interesting how demise is the same note as on in a different octave. Still a B flat though. So he's really toying with octaves in this song, which is really cool. Give in or the war is on. Give in to me right now. Give in to me and my love. Or the war is on. We're going to go to war if you don't give in to my demands. And my demands are very simple. Love me. And if you don't, I'm going to keep throwing love at you until you do. It's very toxic. Bridge, let's go. Woo. This is what I mean. It's exploring the tail ends of things. We've got eyes or eyes. We've got on and demise. You see that? He's really exploring with those tails. Cool songwriting. Wherever you may hide away. Woo. Nice. I'm gonna hunt you down. That was sexy. That was sexy. Wherever you may hide away. Nice. I'm gonna hunt you down. Woo! Let's talk about that before we go into the solo. Not cutting the solo off. We are going to go into the solo separately. That was really, really cool. He's doing a really cool thing in this bridge, guys. He's going back to that dragged drum beat. That, oh my goodness, get here. Come here, song. Come here. Do you know what I mean? Like dragging it along. We're there again. But this time round, the song's dragging. but so are the words and the sentence. And I'm looking at the lyrics. The first line happens, and then I'm like, when's the next line happening? Because I felt like it was going to come in on the one again, and it didn't. That's cool songwriting, man. Thinking about keeping the audience guessing. That's cool. Wherever you may hide away. I've seen this only a few times, but when they do it, oh my god, it hits. I watched and reacted to a song called Faith. That was the last time that I saw Tobias do this. A deliberate pause and then coming in on an and or an ander, depending on how fast the song is. I think this is an and. This is in 16s. Let me try again. Wherever you may hide away. 1 and 2 and 3 and wherever you may. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and whenever you may hide away. Is on 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and hide away. So it's like on the offbeat, and then he comes in on the offbeat there. That's such a sexy, sexy, sexy delivery on that G flat, man. A G flat. Ooh, we've not had a G flat for a while. That's a sexy chord, guys. Let me hear that again. I can't be sexy. I feel like strip into this. No one wants to see that. I was saying Kiss vibes in the about middle half of the song. This is Kiss vibes. Let's get that down. Let's get that. Dragged on the word. Down. Play with the words, man. You don't have to be deliberate and just sharp with everything. Play with the words and play with the tail ends of the songs, and that's what he's doing here. And again, the word down. We're going down on that word. Again, playing with words. Demise. Horrible word, right? Demise. Down. Cool songwriting, man. So wherever you may hide away, I'm going to hunt you down. Wherever you may hide away, I'm going to hunt you down. Wow. So no matter how far away you go, where you hide, whatever, I'm going to hunt you down. This is what I'm saying. This is such a toxic way of thinking. Because you're almost loving someone to the point that where they're going to leave you anyway, right? But you're loving someone to the point where they're going to leave. You're happy about it. But wherever you go, I'm going to find you and do it again. This person is relentless. This is relentless love. Consistent toying with someone with love. This is really cool. Right, we're going into a solo. Here we go. Let's lose that shit. Woo!
find.
Verse 3.
You show me yours, I'll show you mine. Love rocket.
There was a really deliberate of drone that was leading us into a really dark, false sense of security, and then the chorus comes back in again with no signs of stopping. We aren't stopping this love wave. This wave of love. We're not stopping for anyone. Not even the pre-chorus is going to give you any stopping. A man of faith is hard to find. You showed me yours, I'll show you mine. He's saying, like, a man of faith is hard to find. Like, you know, I believe in us. Like, what does faith mean? It means belief, right? I believe in us. So why don't you? You know, it's more gaslighting. Maybe this person is on the right track, and maybe this person who's leaving completely is in their right mind to do so. You know? Maybe this person hasn't even hurt this protagonist at all. And it's just them really just digging that blade deeper in the wound that they've created in the back as they're leaving. A man of faith is hard to find. Like saying, look, try and find someone better than me. I've heard that so many times in my past relationship. Try and find someone better. Do you know what I mean? Like saying, like, look at you, and then look at me. You're not going to find anyone better than me. Which is bullshit. Because everybody deserves to be with the person that makes them who they are. And that's what this is saying here. You know, this person is so toxic that he's getting into the head of this other person and saying, look, you ain't going to find no one else like me. Man of faith is hard to find. So believe in us because I believe in us. But does he? Or does he believe in the idea of control? Does he believe in the idea of gaslighting someone? Yes. He doesn't believe in love. He believes that love is his key to this person. And he can toy with this person through the art of love bombing. Cool. Ooh, there's the G minor again. Has that always been there? No, it has. It has. It's the G flat that was weird. Ooh. Extended chorus. Interesting. Nice. That was cool. That was really, really cool. In a different way, you know? It's a more light-hearted melody. It's a more light-hearted way and delivery of the singing, but it's still a very dark emotion that we're portraying here. The art of love bombing is exactly what this is about. Hitting someone in the worst parts of them where they will not maintain themselves. Really, really quite dark. And I think, like, The Darkness in the Heart of My Love is a song that I heard not long ago. And I really love that song. I actually thought that was a love song. But then when I looked at your guys' comments, which I always do, I saw that a lot of you guys saw a more darker side of that. And then I went into that and I had a look. And you're right, man. That song is also very, toxic. And sometimes too much of one thing is bad. Too much of one thing is bad, regardless of what it is. So, what do I think about the song? I really, really like it. I like where it sits in the album because we've had such different emotions portrayed before us, okay? Imagine you're in like some sort of art gallery and you're just looking at different pieces of art. They're never all the same. Now, even if it's the same artist that made these paintings, they're never all the same. They all have different flourishes. And the reason for that is because of what they were going for in the first place, but more importantly, where their brains were and where their ideas lay at the time of doing the art. That's what this song's about. This song, in my opinion, is a song that's trying to be neutral to people that are the people that are expressing love to people and not receiving anything in return. But we as the listeners, we're seeing through that bullshit. And we're trying to get this other person, whoever this is about, out of the picture. We're protecting them. No. Don't believe them. They're talking shit. They're just trying to love bomb you. That's really cool songwriting, man. You know, making us feel something for a fictional character that we don't even know. We don't even know what the other entity was feeling at the time and whether they were in the wrong. It's all down to interpretation, but this person in general is very toxic and, in my opinion, is probably the one in the wrong considering the behaviour that they're dealing with right now. Yeah, that was cool. Let's talk about it. Guys, that was awesome. I love this album so far. It's so mature and it's dealing with emotions. It's dealing with how we see emotions from 2 points of view. You know what I mean? Like, on the knife's edge of something. So, you're right on that knife's edge. You know, it's hurting because you're on the edge of it. You might fall off either side and you don't know what's either side of that knife edge. That's what I'm getting from this, and it's so cool. But yeah, guys, if you enjoyed that, please let me know in the comments as well. I love to see all of your comments, regardless of constructive feedback, everything. I take it all. I genuinely do. Please do make sure that you are liking, subscribing to this video, and hitting that notification bell so you don't miss future videos. Very important. Keeps the algorithm flowing. Very important. Going over to Patreon if you want to. It's in the description. In the Patreon right now, at the timing of releasing this video, there will be another ghost song coming, Zenith, which is a song that's been recommended for quite some time, and it will be live first of all to Patreon members with the smallest pledge membership, which is $5. It'll be available at the timing of recording this video. So go get it while you can. And also another thing as well, don't worry if you can't. Don't feel obliged. That's another thing. Don't feel obliged to this. It just really helps me consistently carry on. That's all it is. Okay? But yeah, guys, thank you so much for checking this video out. And I'll see you guys on the next one. All right? See you later. Bye.